Vitae. And now the news.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Newswatch.
Oh, Steve, you gotta move quicker. Can you hear those cues? You know what a box looks like? Move fast. It took you a half hour. You're still not there. Okay, good. Let's go.
Welcome to Newswatch. Our top story, a group led by former baseball commissioner Peter Ueberroth agreed to buy strike-crippled Eastern Airlines to end the month-old walkout. The $464 million agreement will give employees a 30% share in the company in exchange for wage concessions. The sale is subject to approval by the United States Bankruptcy Court and Eastern's creditors. The sale includes to sell Northeast Shuttle Service to developer Donald Trump for $365 million. Kelly?
Recently, a racial protest was given in front of the Alumni Gymnasium. Our own Karen Shane reports on the incident.
Protesting alleged racial discrimination, students picketed in front of the Alumni Gymnasium. Demonstration organizer Crystal Long told us of racial violence.
2 years ago, a black student was jumped by a group of white students.
Ms. Long, who is in charge of the demonstration, explained why the protesters marched in front of the ongoing wrestling match.
Direct confrontation with the wrestling team members who jumped the blacks back in Poynter 2 or 3 weeks ago.
We asked an onlooking student if he felt there was any racial violence.
These two guys I know were jumped, and they were beat up just because of their color, and that's not right. That was discrimination.
We can't take certain professors because it is known that they are prejudiced and we won't be able to pass inside certain classes. So we're forced to get not even the same education that we're paying equal amount for.
After gaining campus attention outside, the protesters moved their march into the gymnasium lobby where they would gain further attention from the students. Crystal Long told us that prior to the demonstration, she had an unsuccessful conversation with President Elliott.
We spoke about different things such as the increasing attrition rate among minority students. He denied that it was rising. As a matter of fact, he said that it was falling.
Freshman onlooker Peter Delatour felt that it is not just the Rider campus.
The problems of this college is not just a problem of the college, it's a problem of all colleges in the nation.
Minority unrest due to discrimination at Rider is apparent. Picketers were led to protest by the recent attack of a black student by several members of the wrestling team. Minority students are looking to achieve a change to their demonstration. This is Karen Shane for Newswatch.
After a 6-week investigation, undercover police put into custody 9 Rider College students for alleged drug dealing. Gerald Davidow reports on the campus reaction.
Usually a peaceful place for students of higher education, Rider College in Lawrenceville, New Jersey now has to deal with emotions ranging from shock to sadness in light of the recent drug bust that took place there. A rash of bad press on the arrest of 9 Rider students has the campus, both students and faculty, talking drugs.
I felt shocked and horrified.
Well, I wasn't very shocked. I knew there was some drug.
I thought it was justified. I was shocked when it happened.
Although many faculty members and students were candid about their feelings, not everyone in the Rider community would voice their opinion. Both campus security and Director of Judicial Information Eva Krebs declined comment. We did speak with Dr. Howard Schwartz, chairman of the Communications Department, who said he was surprised at the extent of the problem.
Years. So I was not surprised. I was surprised at the extent of it. And I was disappointed and unhappy. And I was particularly unhappy that it should involve, at least allegedly involve, leaders.
Student reaction to the problem has been relatively strong. Most people agree that, if convicted, the alleged narcotic dealers should go to jail.
Having drugs or doing drugs is a crime, and they committed a crime, therefore they should pay the penalty, whether they're college students or not. I don't think that makes any difference.
Just because they're students and they're at school and they're supposedly good students, that doesn't stop them from getting the same punishment as, say, somebody in New York City selling drugs.
For Rider Newswatch, this is Gerald Davidow. The fired Captain Joseph Hazelwood of the Exxon tanker involved in the nation's largest oil spill walked out of jail on $25,000 bail, this coming one day after he was ordered on a $1 million bond. Hazelwood, who has a history of alcohol-related problems, allegedly was drunk when the Exxon Valdez crashed into a reef on March 24th. Kelly?
And when we come back, Bob Russo reports on WPST-FM's visit to Rider campus. Our own Steve Bowers takes a look into enrollment at Rider College. And Jason Roy takes a look at Rider baseball.
Oh, just stop. We'll pause right there.
As Rider Newswatch falls apart.
He's a personal story. What I said was from the murder story. Did you? Nope. That's what I'm saying. Look at that.
The fired Captain Joseph Hazelwood of the Exxon tanker involved in the nation's largest oil spill walked out of jail on $25,000 bail, this coming one day after he was ordered held on $1 million bond. Hazelwood, who has a history of alcohol-related problems, allegedly was drunk when the Exxon Valdez crashed into a reef on March 24th. Kelly?
And coming up next, Bob Russo reports on WPST-FM's visit to the Rider campus. Our own Steve Barish takes a look into enrollment at Rider College, and Jason Roy takes a look at Rider baseball. Next on Newswatch.
Gotta get ready for the sale. Gotta get ready for the sale. We're gonna have some of the biggest savings we've ever offered on some of the best carpets anywhere. My name isn't Charlie Kaufman.
Prices tumble at Kaufman, so that now you can choose from a select group of luxury carpets. Carpet 3 rooms for just $599 and get padding and installation included. Rush to Kaufman and you'll save like never before.
And help get Charlie out from under. Who said that? Kaufman, the carpet experts. We've got it all.
The highly respected matron, Emily C. Stewart, was found stabbed in the back and killed in the basement of her Mercer Street home in Princeton. The 74-year-old woman was the founder of the weekly newspaper, Town Topics. The family is offering a $25,000 reward for information leading to the conviction of their mother's murderer. This has been the first borough murder in 11 years.
The Friday Thing, a tradition at Rider College, provides entertainment to students for free. Larry Vernon reports.
This is the entrance to the pub. The pub is where students can go to have a few drinks and watch an entertainment show called The Friday Thing. Adria Paget, president of the Student Entertainment Council, explained what The Friday Thing was all about.
We did a new program called The Friday Thing, and Carla Mercer and Kim Bauer are our Friday Thing chair people. And this event is run every other Friday night in the pub at 10 p.m. and it's free for all students.
The next entertainment event for the Friday Thing will feature the internationally renowned band Mikada. Carla Mercer, chairperson of the Friday Thing, talked about this upcoming show.
Okay, the event that's coming up, it's April 14th, and it's sponsored by the International Club and SCC, and it's for Rainbow Week. It's part of the lasting program, I guess, for Rainbow Week, and the band is called Mikata.
Students attending the Friday Thing will be in for a real treat. Mikada promises to be outstanding entertainment. This is Lawrence Vernon for Newswatch.
This past year, the enrollment at Rider College has increased greatly. Stephen Barish has the story and its effects on the campus.
The increased enrollment at Rider College this year has had an adverse effect on the entire campus. James Riley, Dean of Admissions, noticed a particular problem with classes.
I know there have been some problems with crowding in classes, some classes being closed, other new sections having to open up. Some students have had trouble getting some of the courses they wanted at the times that they wanted them.
It has always been very difficult for a student to get all the classes that they need at the particular times that they need them. But now it has become even more of a problem. Registrar Catherine Raymond explains.
There were many more freshmen, and the number of students getting what are called incomplete schedules dramatically increased.
In terms of parking, that could be an issue. That could be an issue where, we find ourselves with too many cars and not enough spots.
The increase in enrollment is going to affect, obviously, the housing situation. When we opened a year ago, September, we had 2 lounges that housed residents, plus we filled every triple, every quad. We did not offer any double singles.
Classes, parking, and housing have been affected, but we've only seen the faculty's view. How do the students feel?
Student parking has become a problem. There's usually not a place to park. I've found it often difficult to park relatively close, and it really kind of stinks in the rain when you have to go to your car.
John Stylo is unhappy about the parking problem. He and many others will continue to encounter these problems unless something is done soon. This is Stephen Barish for Newswatch.
New Jersey Transit riders will pay the freight to keep the debit-written corporation buses and trains running. An estimated 20,000 people commute to New York from the greater Trenton area on New Jersey Transit trains. Residents who take the train to and from New York each day will see the price for a one-way ticket climb from $7.20 to $8 starting April 30th. The board acknowledged it would lead to a drop in ridership. Jarrell.
Thank you, Kelly. When Newswatch returns, our man on the street reports on the food at the Daily Dining Hall. Our own Joe Venanzi attended the recent Granville Academy dinner. And Peter Vite investigates weary travel agents. Next on News.
Are you looking for a mate?
Are you looking for a date?
Are you looking for the person of your dreams?
Have you tried Club One? Club One, 540-0001.
Club One is not another party line.
You take control with your touch-tone phone.
You choose from hundreds of people in different categories.
Then you communicate one-on-one by sending and receiving totally private messages.
540-0001.
Only 50 cents a minute, $1.50 the first minute.
Thousands of people call Club One every day.
What are you waiting for?
This is Mario.
The local popular radio station, WPST in Princeton, came to Rider College for their morning show last week. Our man Bob Russo was there to cover the broadcast.
WPST 97.5 FM of Princeton was broadcasting live from the Cavalla Room of Rider College. Air personalities John French, along with the rest of WPST's morning program, were on hand to entertain the Rider students as they ate breakfast. Also on hand was local comedian Chad Slayton, who was there to perform his stand-up act.
Little boy who grew up to be a lady. Some people say, leave him alone, he was born that way. Some people say he can be born gay. How does a doctor break the news? Hi, Mrs. Smith, you have a baby boy, we think he's gay. He doesn't cry, he just goes boo-hoo. When I slapped him, he gave me his phone number.
Local recording artist, Secret Lovers, performed live for the Rider audience. John Askins feels that this is one of Rider's better programs.
One of the better programs Rider College has had.
This is Bob Russo reporting from the Rider College Cavalla Room for Newswatch.
Granville Academy, which occupies space at Rider College for its learning facilities, celebrated their 5th annual graduation at the Hyatt Regency Ballroom. Joe Venanzi was on hand for the event.
The Hyatt Regency Ballroom was the site of the Granville Academy's 5th annual graduation and dinner dance last week. The Academy's goal is to provide inner-city youngsters in grades 8 through 12 with fundamental business and financial skills.
But I tell you, they know.
In a speech given by William Granville, founder of the Academy, he said the challenge of this program is finding the hidden talents of his students.
Our challenge is not to go around finding all the good kids and so on. That's fine, nourish them. Nothing wrong with supporting good kids. Our challenge is to get a young Bunbury, Kendall, who has hidden talents that just needs a little nourishing on. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what the Academy is about. We hope we're making a difference.
Rider College President Frank Elliott was also a guest speaker at the graduation ceremony. Elliott praised the Academy's work in the field of education for allowing the opportunity for minority growth in the workforce and in the classroom.
And that's not good. And that's why I'm excited about this program. Because in it, and programs like it, I see the essential key to solving some of the most pressing problems facing our nation. This program and others like it are going to put more minorities in corporate boardrooms, in research labs, on the bench, and in the classroom.
At the conclusion of the ceremony, graduates, guests, and Granville alumni alike were treated to an arousing version of Whitney Houston's Greatest Love of All. For Newswatch, this is Joe Venanzi.
Over the past 5 years, 3 different food services have been employed by Rider College. Our cameras invaded the Daily Dining Hall to get Rider students' comments on the cuisine offered by the Marriott Food Service.
They put all the good food on one night. So instead of having food that's good all during the week, one night has good food and the rest of the night steak. So they should put at least one good meal on each night so when we're hungry we have something good to eat. Instead of eating cereal.
It's all right. Sometimes it's really terrible. And there's got to be something about it. Mac and food. That's an interesting question. There could be some improvements made.
ask for seconds on our first trip, and they won't give it to us. Hey, we paid for this food. We want it. We deserve it.
What was
The hamburgers are greasy, the food is spoiled, it's really disgusting. And we should get more food from somebody else. That's what I think.
Recently, Rider College had its annual spring break. Many students' vacation plans were ruined by the Eastern walkout. Here with more on how it affected the local travel industry is Peter Vitae.
The turmoil caused by the Eastern Airlines bankruptcy to the travel industry is widespread. Even local travel agencies have had to deal with many problems which have risen as a direct result of the Eastern situation. Somerset Central Travel Agency is but
Luckily,
one
the
of the local
problems at
travel
Eastern
agencies which has experienced Eastern-related difficulties.
Problems. The only major problem I had, for instance, I had a client traveling down to Florida about a week before Eastern went under. Eastern was not protecting him, so I had to find an alternate for him. Luckily, Continental, their sister company, was able to take care of him.
While the effects of the Eastern bankruptcy have not gravely affected Somerset Central travel agent Catherine Vitae states that she has seen how the bankruptcy has affected other areas of the travel industry.
There are tour operators and wholesalers that didn't get away quite as easily. They happen to use Eastern Airlines exclusively for all their tours, and such as Fly Fair Vacations, which has been around for a very, very long time. They also had to claim bankruptcy because of the Eastern bankruptcy.
Now that the problem at Eastern appears to be clearing up, travel agents around the area are hoping that things will settle down. It is clear, though, that the turmoil at Eastern over the past few weeks will not be soon forgotten by travel agents who have to deal with all the scheduling problems. For Newswatch, I'm Peter Vitae.
Well, Dave, I think the entire world knows about how badly the Yankees are doing. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that and the rest of the sporting world?
Yep. The Yankees couldn't produce any offense again today as they lost to Cleveland Indians. Let's go to Yankee Stadium. It was Tom Candiotti on the mound for the Tribe, and 45-year-old Tommy John on the mound for the Yanks. Candiotti proved to be the stronger, as here he strikes out Mike Pagliarulo. And in the fifth, here he whiffs Don Slott with a knuckler. Indians go on to win 4-3 and sweep the Yankees. Let's go to the Garden. Stanley Cup playoff action. Chris Nyland here with the puck and the shot. He gets checked from behind by Lemieux. And keep your eyes on number 30 as he gives Lemieux the backhand. Boom! Nyland is ejected from the game and in the second period, and as he's leaving, he takes the exit sign with him. Boom! Same period. It's Lemieux with the pass to Rob Brown in front of the net. Score, making it 4-1 Penguins. Penguins go on to win 4-3. In other scores, Philadelphia 5, Washington 2, Boston 3, Buffalo 2, Detroit 2, Chicago 3, St. Louis 4, Minnesota 5, and Edmonton beats Los Angeles 4-3. Let's go to the News Watch. Plays of the week, starting off with baseball, which started off with a bang. In the field, it was Rangers' Cecil Epsy, and the Giants' Steve Finley with the catch. And for the Padres, it was Tony Gwynn who robs Candy Maldonado. There are also some blunders. Gary Gaetti of the Twins, and Walt Weiss of the A's. And the Royals' Kurt Stillwell, well, doesn't have it. In the NBA, it was Kevin McHale who gets a ride from the Clippers' Charles Smith. And Vinnie Johnson goes up for the layup, off the backboard, off the rim, and into that count and the foul. In auto racing, Sterling Martin forgets his lug nuts. And around the league in the NHL, a little acting by the goalkeepers, Tom Barrasso, and the Flyers, Ron Hextall. And finally, we leave you with this from the Pittsburgh Pirates Choir.
The weather outside is frightful, and I am so delightful. I don't want to play. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
And luckily, Jason Roy takes a look at Rider College baseball. Roll the tape.
The Rider Bronx baseball team are four-time East Coast Conference champions who have experienced difficulty coming into the 1989 season. After coming off of a successful tournament trip at the University of Southern Florida, the Bronx have been faced with a few obstacles. With the loss of some key players, this championship team is in the process of restructuring. Senior Captain Ed Horowitz commented on the team's situation.
After 4 years of winning the ECC, our dynasty came to an end last year when we dropped 2 straight in the ECC tournament. We lost our All-American first baseman, Ken Kramer, to the draft, along with our ace pitcher, Mike Deutsch, to the draft, and our starting second baseman, Jesus Sosa, to graduation.
Captain Ed Horowitz feels the team must get back on top to regain their reign as champions.
We just hope to get back on top. Our first goal, as it always is just to make the playoffs, and of course to win the ECCs, get into a regional, and hopefully maybe pull out another Cinderella year like we did my sophomore year and reach the World Series in Omaha.
The Bronx have their work cut out for them, but don't underestimate this team from regaining their title as East Coast Conference champions this season. As one of the players commented, the Bronx are back. This has been Jason Roy for Newswatch.
Come on, Chris. Well, that's all in sports.
Okay, thanks, Dave. Kelly?
And Gerald, up next is Peter Vite with an updated look at today's weather. He's going to let you know if the cold weather will be here for the weekend. Stay tuned.
Makes us different.
In 1914, this man was a failed house painter, an embittered dreamer driven by a single dark ambition, to rekindle the glory of the fatherland. All too soon, his twisted dream would become grim reality for a world at war. Now Time Life presents the most acclaimed film history ever made of the Second World War. Narrated by Sir Laurence Olivier, The World at War is the comprehensive Emmy Award-winning documentary series that shows you the war in a way that only television can. With dramatic footage from Allied and enemy archives, strategic maps that graphically illustrate the global action of World War II. From the first shock of Blitzkrieg to the final victory of the Allied forces, you are an eyewitness to this epic struggle. You'll rise to the defense of a nation under siege.
Their flying tower.
Feel the tension as dawn breaks over the gray beaches at Normandy.
I really thought it was my last day.
Experience the war's dramatic conclusion on the fateful flight of the Enola Gay. Begin with your first cassette, A New Germany, and trace the alarming developments of a pre-war Europe and the Nazis' brutal rise to power. This first video installment of The World at War can be yours for the special introductory price of just $9.95. When you keep it, other tapes will follow. The Pacific, Stalingrad, France falls. Hitler's Third Reich, meant to last for 1,000 years, survived for only 12. But the voices and images of those years will live on, captured forever in The World at War.
Get your first cassette, A New Germany, at the introductory price of $9.95 by calling 1-800-242-8600 in the U.S. and Canada and charging it. Or send $9.95 plus shipping and handling to World at War, Box 11066, Department Q, Chicago. Future cassettes will be sent monthly, so call 1-800-242-8600.
And now our weatherman, Pete. Pete, it's been unseasonably chilly lately.
I'll say it's been quite nippy outside. Well, first I have to say,
hello, Scott Peters. All right, let's why don't we take it to the local weather map. There we are. No, that's not what we need. We need the map, boys. We need the map. There we go. Well, everyone, as we can see over here, that it is 43 up and around Newark. We have temperatures nice and warm over there around 44 in Trenton, and way down here it's 45 degrees in Atlantic City, so it's been pretty nice outside. Let's take a look at how the weather looks for today, tonight, tomorrow. Well, let's see. For tomorrow, we can expect temperatures. For today, I should say, the temperatures got all the way up and around. Guys, I need the graphics. No. First one. I'm stuck without the graphics. For today, it's 48 degrees, and tonight we can expect the temperatures to get all the way up to 39 degrees, and for tomorrow, the temperatures should get up all the way to 50 degrees. Now let's take a look at the 5-day weather forecast. Well, I can tell you this much. While this week may be pretty lousy, the rest of the week, the weekend's going to be pretty nice. But for tomorrow, we can expect sunny skies, but yet again, it's going to be kind of chilly on the chilly side, 5 degrees below the norm for this time of the year. It's going to be only 50 degrees. For Thursday, it's going to be cloudy, and it's also going to be cold, as a matter of fact. It's going to be up and around 42 degrees. Friday, well, folks, it's going to be a little bit warmer, but it's going to be a lot wetter. It's going to rain, 60% chance of rain for Friday. Saturday, folks, the clouds go out, in comes the high pressure system, and we got 62 degrees for a nice, beautiful Saturday. And Sunday tops off the weekend. We're going to have a beautiful day on Sunday with temperatures up and around 65 degrees and sunny skies. Yeah, so the weather situation is looking pretty good for the weekend. So if we can live through the weekdays, then we'll have a gorgeous weekend to look forward to.
So a great weekend ahead, Pete, with warmer temperatures.
That's right.
Thank you, Peter. And Jarrow.
Well, thank you, Kelly. And for Kelly Johnson, Peter Vite, Dave Engelhardt, and myself, we'd like to bid you all a good afternoon.